All right, this is the transformation piece, and this is for sixth grade. So for this project, you are going to transform a real person into a cartoon character in a specific style with a focus on line and contrast. For example, you could draw your teacher as a Simpsons character. So here's an example. This amazing artist, Robert DeJesus, he does these really cool pieces where he takes, people send him photographs and he changes them into a cartoon. So here you see the actual photograph and then you see his cartoon. He creates his own style of cartoon. So this would be the Robert DeJesus style. So a lot of times when we study artists, we can emulate their style, but we don't want to copy their pieces. So you wouldn't draw this, but you could emulate his style, like copy his style, but not his actual work. And you, for this project, can pick any cartoon style you want to, as long as it's appropriate, of course. So you're going to study Robert DeJesus for this project, and your teacher can show you some more about these links and some more of his work. It's really, really awesome. It's your choice for media of what you want to use. I would recommend pencil with pen or color pencil, obviously pencil first. And I would do 8 by 10 or larger. Remember, we talked about depending on how fast you work, you might want to pick a bigger piece or a smaller piece. Your rubric is here so you know how you'll be graded. Make sure you look over this and your teacher can go over this with you. And I'm going to go over it with you when we do the self-evaluation later on. So here's some more awesome examples. This is a digital one. Depending on what your teacher is allowing, if you have a tablet, I know some of my students love to do digital pieces. It can look really cool. And here's some more of his piece. So you see he has a picture someone sent him, and then he creates a cool cartoon. We can see that it is that person, but it's not realistic, obviously. And he picks like cool things that you see, emphasizes different things, and kind of goes from there. So it's really, really cool style. But you can look at these. A lot of times he tries to find something with an animal in it. He did a lot of those, which is really neat. This is another digital piece where someone did this with the technology, with a computer. So this is about Robert DeJesus, so you guys can use this and kind of learn about that. So for class 1, you are going to brainstorm and create 2 sketches. So today you're watching this video, as you're doing right now, and you're going to brainstorm ideas and write them in your sketchbook. Make sure you circle the idea you choose. So just write down any ideas that come to mind. I'm going to do my teacher as a Simpsons character, or I'm going to do the principal as a Boondocks character, whatever it is. Those are just examples. Do whoever you want to. But again, make sure it's appropriate. So you're going to brainstorm those and you're going to decide what real person you will draw and then what cartoon style you would draw them in. Okay, so you want to make sure that you think about these 2 things before you start drawing. So for example, if I was going to draw my mom as a Boondocks character, then that's what I would work on today. So you're going to do 2 sketches. One sketch will be the real person you choose to draw. So if I'm using that example, I would draw, just doesn't have to be like a realistic done portrait. Remember, these are just quick, rough sketches of your mom. So hopefully your teacher will let you, depending on what they would like. But if they would allow you to pull out your cell phone when they tell you to, if you have a picture of that real person, you could send it to your computer so that you could use it on your computer and not have your phone out, but you would have that so you could look at the characteristics of the person that you choose to draw if you're doing someone you know, or if you're doing a celebrity or something. Obviously you can use your laptop and look them up, but it might be cool to do someone you know, be a little bit more invested in it. And then the other sketch will be of a cartoon character in the style you chose. So for example, when I was doing this project with some of my students one year, I did our principal, Mr. Butler, as a Simpsons character. So I picked the principal from The Simpsons, and so for this, I would have drawn a rough sketch of Mr. Butler and then a rough sketch of the principal from Simpsons, because I was going to kind of merge the 2 of them together for this project. So here's some examples of some other cartoon styles just to give you an example, but I think you can pick any one you want to, like be creative. So this digital, the Robert DeJesus style, obviously, talked about this, it's really cool. The Simpsons style. And you want to think about the characteristics of that style. Like The Simpsons, they have this like weird mouth. Their eyes, super weird. They don't have a lot of detail in their nose, different things like that. They don't really have a chin. It's like a top lip. Maybe that's a lip. Maybe that's a chin. Yeah, I'm not really sure. But you want to think about the characteristics of that style. Of course, we have Boondocks. And then Arthur. These are just some interesting little styles. Of course, there's anime. And then this would be Tim Burton. A lot of my students love to do the Tim Burton style. So you could, the big eyes, the sunken cheeks, etc., like that. And then you could do Disney style as well. Whatever you want to do. So take some time, think about it. Write down any idea that pops in your head. It's okay if you don't even choose it, but just get those ideas flowing. And then you're going to work on creating your 2 sketches. One sketch of the real person you choose to draw. Remember, just quick. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're just looking for characteristics. And then the other sketch will be of the cartoon character in the style you chose. Okay, so work on creating those 2 sketches for today. Remember, if you do not finish, make sure you get them done before the next class period, so be ready to move on to the next thing. All right, I hope you're excited and get to work.